All right. This is interesting. All right, my name is Dave. This is my brother Ray, and we are
Preachers from the bleachers.
right on. So Ray came in this week, came in to see his boys, and we didn't get to do a show this week. I had some work to do, some work things to take care of, so we thought we'd record a little something tonight and say hello to the folks. We didn't do anything last week, and didn't feel like we could go 2 weeks without saying something. So welcome. As every week, here we are. I'm going to put this on YouTube, but I'm not actually recording it on the computer tonight. I've got this old ass camera up here, and we're going to see how that looks. It might look a little different tonight.
I thought we was in Charlotte.
We were supposed to be in Charlotte.
Yeah.
So we had tickets for the Bears-Panthers game this weekend, and they canceled all our tickets. And now that they've done that, I'm getting like two emails a week from the Carolina Panthers saying, hey, we've got tickets for this weekend's game, and blah, blah. I don't know, man. So, you know, I think they're letting out like 15 or 20,000 people around the stadium. So, I mean, they're socially distanced, but a lot of the stadiums are doing that now. But after they canceled our tickets and we canceled all our travel plans and everything else, now they're telling us, hey, you can come to the game. So that's kind of disappointing, but I think whatever.
We'll catch it again in 4 years.
We'll catch it again in 4 years. So on the eve of another election. So so this weekend, this week, Lakers wrapped up the NBA title. So took Miami. Miami got 2 games out of them, so I think that's about what we expected. That's about well.
I was hoping for 6 or 7 games. I got it. Miami showed up bigger and better than I thought they would, especially after Dragic went out, Adebayo went out. For them to pull out 6 games, that's damn near a slight miracle.
Yeah, that was tough. So, but good on you, Lakers. I don't like you. I still don't like you. I'm never going to like you. But congratulations.
I'm happy, man. I'm happy for LeBron, man. I'm happy for Jeannie Buss. That's a lot to go through, man. If you think about Jeannie Buss being, you know, a female owner. I know she inherited the team, but she had to wrestle it. First of all, she liked basketball. I think she is a legitimate basketball person. She worked in the office, and daddy died, and then here come her brother saying, well, this is just how life works. I'm the man.
Right.
I'm the next guy in succession to all of this fortune and whatever it is, so I get to be the boss. So when you have to, you know, and it's difficult to have to wrestle something away from your relative.
Yeah.
This jacking it up. They were messing it up, right? And still be family, still be cool, and not have it really, because it got messy, but it could have been a lot messier when we're talking about family business in the public eye. So to manage all of that, and then a few years later be sitting there as a champion, as the owner, man, props to Jeannie Buss.
Good for Jeannie Buss. I agree. He didn't really love the Lakers like she loved the Lakers. It was a business thing, a prestige thing. I am the heir apparent. No, you're not. No. So yeah, congratulations, Lakers. Again, don't like you. Never gonna like you.
And last time we'll see that team together. We were talking about this earlier. All them cats, you know, came back. Remember, they emptied the whole team to get Anthony Davis, and then they brought back, you know, Caruso, added Rondo, added Dwight Howard, added JaVale McGee, added KCP. All them people came back on like 1 and 2 year deals. So next year, team, Lakers, favorite or not favorite, it ain't gonna look like the same team.
No, probably not. But there's 2 guys still going to be there.
LeBron and AD.
LeBron and AD. So when you got that to start with,
it's a good start.
Your other pieces will fall in line.
You have no choice but to be a good start. You're a champion.
So, what else we got to talk about? Anything NBA, or you want to move on to NFL?
Let's move on to the draft, baby. Who next? Who's the next best thing in the draft? In this draft, I say nobody.
You want Obi Toppin, though.
I want Obi Toppin for the Bulls. I don't know who I want now for the Bulls. I was all about Obi Toppin, but now we got a legitimate general manager for the Bulls. We got a legitimate coach. I ain't got no input for the Bulls. I ain't got no, hey, let's do this. Let me lay back. Just let them do what they do. I ain't got, because I already seen what that dude helped build in Denver. Right? Denver look good.
Yep.
I already seen what that dude did in Denver. He helped build that, and then somehow, some way, got Billy Donovan. All the coaching jobs out there, some of them weren't open yet, but you had to figure there was going to be some openings.
Yep.
To get Billy Donovan to Chicago and not let him leave. Hey, the man already showing he know how to handle business.
Yep.
So I ain't got no wishes for the Bulls. I'm going to sit back and let these two proven commodities do what they do. I'm just going to wait and see. Now, with that being said, if they drive a 6'9" guy from Israel, we're going to have a talk.
Is Donnie Nelson drafting for you guys now?
No. The Denby, Rari, or whatever his name is, he's supposed to be the next big thing. And my thing is, just let me overpay for somebody overseas. I ain't finna draft you and wish hope like you say. I mean, Donnie Nelson looked up, he got dirt. Cuban made him pass on Giannis.
Yep.
Then he passed, but he did get Luka Doncic.
But he's got.
But in between, you got Roddy Beaubois, right? What's the other guy?
There was a Pavel Podkolzin.
So he had
some guy from Iceland.
He had a lot of those guys in between.
Yeah.
Between Dirk.
Antoine Rigaudot.
Antoine Rigaudot. 9-toe Rigaudot. Ain't he have something wrong with his toe?
I don't know what it was.
So he had a lot.
But you got two or three guys in the Donnie Nelson era that were pretty good, or one of them that was great, two that were all right.
Well, who's the two that was all right?
Well, it was Josh Howard and Marquise Daniel did okay.
Oh, we talking about foreign players.
Oh, just foreign players.
It was Dirk and now Luka Doncic.
But I'm talking about Donnie's overall record was.
Overall, he didn't do too bad.
No, he's not done good.
Hey,
you got two or three guys who you can name, and then the rest of them are like.
But compare that to other teams.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
The Lakers just won the championship. Look at their draft record, brother. Ain't that great? Look at the Knicks. They supposed to be
okay.
One of the corner franchises. Like when you walk into the mall and you see the store on the end, those are supposed to help support the mall and bring in foot traffic. The Knicks is supposed to be that,
but
and they ain't.
And they ain't. They never have been.
They never have been. They have in the 70s, in the 70s and the 90s.
Okay, we're talking about.
And the 90s.
A little bit in the 90s.
They had a lot of battles with the Bulls, bro.
They did, but they never got past them. But
well, a lot of people didn't get past Michael Jordan.
They're like, people only say that about the Knicks because one, they play in the Garden,
and they play in New York,
where the league office is. Otherwise, they would be who's like one of the worst.
Orlando.
They would be Orlando. That's exactly who. That's the value they would have.
Yeah, I'm finna say because I don't even think they got that much. And they currently trying to give away talent.
Yeah.
They trying to get rid of Randall. Randall might be on the Lakers.
I know, man. That's crazy. But let's just go back where you started from. So no, the Knicks. I see no value in the Knicks. The only value in the Knicks is Madison Square Garden, and the fact that they play in New York City, where there are rabid basketball fans, which is great.
And a lot of people. With nothing else to do, because you can't do nothing else in the wintertime in New York.
That's right.
That's why winning in L.A. is a big thing, because if you ain't winning in L.A., they're not showing up because they got other stuff to do. The beach is great. The ocean is all of that. It's a lot of...
Disneyland is awesome.
But if you in New York and it's cold, we still going to the Knicks.
Yeah. So the Knicks, that is the only value, is that they're in New York where the league office is and they play in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
If it was not for the value of Madison Square Garden, they would be down there with Orlando in value, team value in the league. But I digress. So back to the draft. I was going to say, for this year, for the Mavericks, I really don't care about the draft. I mean, if we can get us a decent free agent, I think
define decent agent.
Like,
you got somebody on your short list.
Well, I know. I honestly haven't looked at who the free agents are. Man, I tell you what, work has been taking over my life. It's taking over all the bandwidth in my head right now. So.
Well, you ain't even gotta have a free agent.
I know.
Give me a player that.
A player.
Not. He may be under contract, but somebody like that guy. What you need? You need somebody to score the ball. You need somebody to defend. What you looking for your team?
Well, I think we're doing okay in scoring, right? We have one of the best offensive years in the NBA history, actually, offensive ratings for a team. So I'm not too. We got guys.
So you're looking for Rudy Gobert?
A defensive guy. I would like a center. I mean, yeah. So like last year, I was kind of hoping that we would get
I got bad news.
DeAndre Jordan back, just to get a rebounder, shot blocker.
I ain't seen nobody in college that's a center that's gonna be. So guess what? What you finna get?
What's that?
Somebody from overseas. About to get you a new foreigner, bro.
No, I'm not talking about in the draft. I'm talking about a free agent.
Well, you just can't play. You right? What's that dude that's the talk about? Boban.
Well, but
play Boban. You need to play you Boban a little more.
I like Boban, but they don't play him much.
That's what I said.
I don't know why.
You don't need another defender. They need to just put Boban on the court, baby.
And play him full time.
Nah,
starter minutes, 25, 30 minutes a game?
That ain't starter minutes, but maybe increase. Whatever he get, he need to double the minutes. Let's start there, and then try to figure out where they need to go from there.
25, 30 minutes a game.
30 minutes is too much for Boban.
See, that's why. That's what I'm talking
15,
about. I'm talking about a guy
he need 10 to 12 minutes, just enough to change.
But I think he already gets close to that.
Now, dog. I bet you that brother averaged 3 minutes. There's time. Dave, his time he don't play. Like, okay, I see what you're saying. He averaging 15 minutes, but he only played 15 games. I'm averaging all his minutes for the whole 82-game season. He's like 3 minutes.
I'm talking about a starter at the position, a guy that gets 25, at least 30 minutes.
So who plays center for the Mavericks right now?
I don't know. That's Boban and
who started
Dwight Howard. No, I mean Dwight Powell.
Dwight Powell.
Yeah.
So you want to put Powell on the bench?
No, yeah, I love him as a role player. I love him as a coming off the bench guy.
Yeah, you about to get another foreigner, bro.
So yeah, what I wanted was like a guy like DeAndre Jordan back. I mean, I'm not a big fan of his, but when he was with the Mavericks, man, he did everything we needed him to. He was a shot blocker. He was a finisher on the lob pass.
Then you might get Dwight Howard then. I don't think he re-signed him with the Lakers, man. He got a ring now, man. He might.
Well, Cuban likes him, man. Cuban's always liked him, so.
Yeah, I mean, is he a starter now though for your squad at 36?
Sure, why not?
Because he's 36.
He's still a great rebounder.
Well, he showed out. He's a great rebounder and a great defender. And with Luka, he probably can average 12 points for the Mavericks.
Yeah, so I'm all right with that. So, somebody like that, maybe if you can find a guy like that that's a little bit younger.
We'll make that call right after the show, brother. We'll call
Mark.
I'm call Dwight.
Call Dwight.
I got Dwight number. I ain't got Mark.
Okay. Well, we know Mark watches the show, so.
For sure.
So we'll do that. All right. So that's my team. You guys let us know what you think of your team, who you want, anybody you want coming out of the draft. I know none of the guys from Duke are going to go anywhere, but Duke's got to get rid of them because they got more guys coming in. So they don't have enough.
I'm calling Anthony Edwards
contracts.
I ain't gonna say Anthony Edwards is a bust, but he's gonna be close to it. Weissman is gonna be a bust.
Weissman.
Something about he got lady shoulders, man. I don't like that. I need me a dude with some man shoulders, with some Dwight Howard shoulders.
Maybe he can do some working out. Maybe.
I don't care how much working out you do, with them shoulders, I don't see it. But that's why I think Golden State is a good fit for him because, jump shooting, no matter how good you are at it, it's still it's a soft man's game. That's what jump shooting is. And if he gonna be soft with them lady shoulders, he fit right over there with GSW and the softness that they do. So, I mean,
that's championship softness.
You can be a champion and be soft too.
All right.
I mean, it is what it is. You're still soft.
It's all about winning the championship, right?
If you win being soft, congrats to you. I'm just saying.
If you win being hard, congrats
when I
to you.
see you,
if you win, congrats to you.
If you come around me with your lady shoulders, I might put a pink feathered boa on you. That's all I'm saying. Weissman is a bust. Now, I can't see it. I can't see that brother contribute. Like, first of all, you 7'2". What do you call a power forward that don't average 10 rebounds? A small forward. Like, you can't come in this league 7'2" in the top 5 and come out here and get 7 rebounds. I ain't trying to hear all that.
Not in college.
Huh?
What did he do in college?
He played 3 games. Nobody knows what he did in college. So I was just saying, if you 7'2" and you starting and you can't get 10 rebounds, take that somewhere else, bro. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that.
All right. So NFL, big news this week. Dak Prescott went down. That was ugly.
You thought that was the big news?
Well, I thought it was some big news, especially being here in Dallas.
Man, the news is COVID.
COVID, yeah.
But I don't know if that's big news. That's just every day now.
They haven't.
Every day we're gonna have, until this go away. I agree with you. Dak is probably the bigger news because COVID is here. It's gonna be here for a while. I don't think it's gonna be no 2021 without COVID. I think we're gonna go through all the 2021 with COVID. So that's not new news.
Well, the Patriots had another test positive today. So I haven't heard.
Was it a late one? Because I thought they had 0.
It was this morning.
Oh, okay.
Because at lunch, I was seeing the news at lunch that somebody tested positive today. So I don't know what they're going to do about their game on Sunday.
See, I'm tired of that too. Like I'm not understanding. Either we playing football or we ain't. We all either catching COVID or we ain't. Like,
right.
Stop. If you get 7, 8 people that got COVID, okay, but one dude on the squad got COVID. What position he play?
But they got to wait a couple of days and make sure everybody else tests negative. So, like if you caught one guy that tested positive. All right, everybody quarantine for a couple of days, come back in and test. Then we'll make the decision on whether or not the game's going on.
But I can fix the problem for the NFL.
What's that?
Bubble. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they need to do the bubble. The NBA done showed you. Baseball is bubbling right now for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I do know
too long to do it.
I do know they talking about bubbling for the NFL playoffs.
Yeah.
But they got to somehow, some way figure out how to do a bubble. And again, I'm not trying to hear these grown men talking about I don't want to be away from my family that long. Opt out. Opt out. Somebody else will take that out.
You get paid millions of dollars.
Opt out.
In a time where there's
opt out.
Historical unemployment.
Opt out. You have an opportunity to opt out.
Yeah.
It's, I'm sure somebody that was in the XFL or in this Canadian Football League that can fill a end of the roster spot or somewhere.
Would love to have your job.
They would love to have take your place.
Yep.
If I could play and I was 28, I'd be out there my damn self.
So
opt out, but we need, if they're going to play the damn games, obviously at this point we're having too many tests. It's time to find a bubble. You got to figure out how to bubble up for the NFL.
So what bubble cities would you recommend? What places have 2 stadiums? You got Los Angeles.
Everybody got 2 stadiums, but do you have 2 NFL stadiums?
Well, okay.
But what does that make a difference if you're not going to put people in the stadiums?
Well, I think it kind of does, because I mean I think there's probably a better security checkpoints and all that kind of stuff.
They ain't bubbling in California.
Why not?
No bubbles in Cali and Florida, because that's where the people always catching stuff. Definitely in Florida. Can't go to Florida.
If it's a bubble, it's a bubble. It's protected, so it doesn't really matter where it's at.
I don't even know. Listen, props to the NBA for all the craziness that go on in Florida, for them not to get through with that without having more bubble cases. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they. I hear what you're saying in a bubble, but I just believe that your NFL bubble is going to be a little different than the NBA bubble, because we talking about 32 teams of 53-man rosters, and they probably got, that's probably a staff of 60. All the equipment, literally helmets,
there's a lot more.
That's
NFL
a lot
players
harder
than
to bubble,
yeah.
and I don't give a damn. They make a lot of money. The NFL do. They make
More
millions
than
on
the
it. They print money every time Roger Goodell write a check, a personal check, the damn bank bounce. They got so much money. No, bro, I ain't trying to hit, man. They will find a way to bubble. Like, it don't matter what city. They got to go to Mars, bubble. I don't care what they got to do. But at this point, it's too many cases. Like, we started this part of the conversation talking about the big news is Dak, and I got off on the COVID. COVID is only, to me, a case because it is only big news because they haven't bubbled. They didn't figure out how to do a bubble. They said it was impossible because of the amount of people. It's not impossible. It's just going to be harder. Like,
yeah.
Dana White found a whole island to have some fights. maybe you need to figure this out too. Maybe y'all need to all get...
Dana White's talking about 100 people total. You're talking about more than 100 people per team.
Whatever. Maybe you need to all get out on the middle of some cruise ships. I don't care what you're doing, just go out there in the middle of the water and just you can take your family with you there.
You can play water football.
On the cruise ship. Cruise ships are huge. They can play football on a cruise ship. I don't care what they do, bro. But ain't no balls coming back out the field goals and PAT.
You saw what happened on all the cruise ships, man. One person caught it and then everybody was done.
Then let them stay out there and finish the season.
All right.
Like if y'all catch it good, everybody out there good, go ahead and let's play.
And the answer to your question out there right now is no. Ray hasn't smoked any crack today.
No, I ain't smoked crack since 6th grade. It messed with my insides, made me have poopies.
Oh, yeah, thanks for sharing. All right, so back to Dak. So I think that's big for the Cowboys. But we had a discussion this week about, and I think he's one of Andy Dalton's probably the best, I think. And it's arguable it might be somebody else, but
best what?
Best backup in the NFL right now. You said Jameis Winston, right?
But I said Jameis was better football, No, I didn't say that. But you hold up now. You said Andy Dalton is the best backup in football today, or just like ever?
No, not ever.
All right, because I didn't say Tom Brady was best backup.
Not ever. I mean, just right now in the NFL, if you have to have a guy come off the bench and lead your team, that's a pretty good guy to do it.
Nick Foles.
Well, Nick Foles.
He was the backup.
He was.
He was the backup.
He was.
I ain't know nobody else backup had a Super Bowl victory.
True, but Nick Foles, I don't think ever went through a full season either, did he? He came in with did he go through a full season as a starter? I don't think he
came in one year as a starter and got hurt or injured.
Yeah, he got injured and then lost his job to Gardner Minshew. So
what you're saying is he was a legitimate career backup.
Probably.
So that would make him the best backup. But he started this season as a backup.
But Dalton is, I think, a legitimate career starter. He's done a good job in Cincinnati. Never had really
so he's
good
a
team.
starter.
Right. But he was a backup on the Cowboys.
This year, like Nick Foles was.
Okay, so
the argument is, who was a better backup? Nick Foles, because he got a Super Bowl victory. The way that we was having,
he's a starter. You're like a politician, man. You're just like way pivoting this conversation.
I'm not pivoting. You said backup.
Who was a backup? Okay.
They were both backups when the season started.
When this season started.
Nick Foles was a backup for 4 games.
And yes, I think,
how many games was Dalton a backup for?
I think Andy Dalton is better backup this year than Nick Foles. Yes.
And that's where we disagree, because one of them got a Super Bowl ring and one don't.
Well, that's not this year, is it?
But when we was arguing the whole earlier last week about Jameis versus Dalton, you could bring up his numbers, but I can't bring up the one number that Nick Foles has that's better than Dalton's, which is Super Bowl victory. That's the one number that should like trump all.
But that is not this year. I'm saying he's a better backup. Career-wise, listen, what? Career-wise, if I got to take Andy Dalton or Nick Foles, I'm taking Andy Dalton.
I'm going to take Nick Foles because he won a Super Bowl ring. That experience is unmeasurable. You're going to take a guy that ain't never been to the promised land. He ain't never even been as a loser.
And his team wasn't that good.
That's regardless of the point.
It's not regardless.
We're not talking about his team. We're talking about the individuals right now. One guy has never been.
You can't win.
His team sucks. Got it.
Okay.
Duly noted.
You can't win a Super Bowl by yourself.
Got it. Duly noted. But the other dude had a team, and he went, and he won.
Because he had better players.
Gotcha. Duly noted.
All right.
I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing that he did win, and I'm saying that Dalton didn't even go as a loser. He ain't even been a backup on the Patriots team.
Okay.
That experience is immeasurable.
Yeah, all of this aside, and all the whatever, do you think Nick Foles is a better quarterback than Andy Dalton career-wise?
Yes, because he has a Super Bowl ring. I just answered that.
No, that's not because he has a Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. You can say no. You can say no.
Is he a better player?
Disagree. Yes, because of a Super Bowl.
No, not because of a Super Bowl.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. That's so ridiculous.
Super Bowl wins are ridiculous.
So Robert Ory's got 5 championships. Is he a better player than Charles Barkley because he's got 5 championships?
He's the best role player of all times. That's for damn sure.
Is he a better player than Charles Barkley? Because
yes.
No, he's not a better player.
Yes, just because you changing the sport and then you change. Well, comparing role player to a star player.
It's a perfect.
You're comparing. It is not. It is not.
It is.
Andy Dalton. How is it comparable then?
It's absolutely.
How is it compared? You just compared a role player to a star player.
Yes. Well, the argument you're making is that because somebody has a Super Bowl at that position, that they're a better player than somebody else. So the argument is the same. Is that you're saying
it can't be the same. Role player versus star player.
Choose your player that's got a championship that was a power forward.
Give me another quarterback. And I would take Garoppolo before I take Andy Dalton.
I would not. Garoppolo's a starter anyway. We're talking about backups. So
then how the hell did you get to a role player who was a stinking backup? And is Robert Ory not a backup that you just compared to a starter?
Choose a starter. It doesn't matter.
I choose a starter. I'm saying I would rather have the guy that has that's an immeasurable experience. You can't. It's the difference in a virgin and a non-virgin. You can't compare the experience.
You're talking about something different, man. Having a Super Bowl.
I'm talking about the experience.
It does not make you a better player.
It makes you better. I'm saying to you.
It means you have a championship.
I'm saying to.
That's it.
I'm saying to you that a guy that never played in the Super Bowl but went and sat on the end of the bench, that experience is immeasurable to another dude who's never been to the Super Bowl. But he can't have a conversation and say, like, the pressure that comes along with it, the responsibility, and Nick Foles might not even realize some of it and process it until it was all over and be like, yeah, I did that. Oh, this play happened, and I'm better for having had this play in the Super Bowl at this moment. Now it's easy to come out. It's easier to come out here and play the game. Russell, what does a regular season game mean to you compared to being in the Super Bowl? And like you have to be a much more calm person because you've already been through the fire.
And all
I've already been through it, Dave.
Irrelevant.
Very well.
So you're telling me
very well.
What you're telling me? Nick Foles is a better quarterback than Dan Marino because Dan Marino never won a championship.
I'm saying to you that the experience makes you better than probably what you are.
But it's got nothing to do with you whether you're a better player or not.
You become a better player for having had the experience. And I'm saying since Andy Dalton, as you said, had sucky teams. You said he had sucky teams.
I didn't say sucky. I said they just weren't very good.
Very good, sucky, whatever.
They were all right.
My point to your point is saying since he hasn't had the ability to experience that what Nick Foles experienced, he can't compare. He just can't say, oh yeah, I remember I played this regular season game, and you feel like you can't compare.
And still, that has nothing to do with who is the better player.
Okay.
That's fine. You take Foles. That's fine.
We'll see who.
I'm saying
we'll see from this week on who has a better season, Nick Foles or Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton got 3 legitimate wide receivers.
This is the best receiver he's ever had.
Bears have 1.
Right.
And I'm saying to you, Nick Foles will be in the playoffs, and the Cowboys won't.
Well, the Cowboys are 1-4.
The Cowboys play in the worst division probably in the history of football.
And still
they have no excuse.
And still they're 1-4.
Okay, but they got an easier road. They're 1-4, and they're leading the division.
They're leading the division. What team ever?
They leading the division. The Seattle Seahawks.
Get a word in?
The Seattle Seahawks is the answer before you go ahead and ask the question.
They went 1-4 and
they went 7-9 and won the NFC West and made the playoffs.
To start the season?
I don't know, but they went 7-9.
No,
and the Cowboys will probably be 7-9,
I doubt
like the Seahawks, and make the playoffs. But we'll see. We'll see who have a better season from this point forward.
Okay.
Dak was throwing for 400 yards. Dalton is so damn good.
Absolutely.
He should throw for the same 400.
Who said damn good? You're making all these words up. They're like, you putting words in my mouth.
What? And he's so much better than Foles with his best receiving core ever.
Yes.
He should be able to throw for the same 400 yards.
You're still putting
He
words in my
should
mouth.
be able to throw. I know. I'm saying that. He should be able to
so
throw.
much. I didn't say that. I said he's better than Foles, but you're talking about. I'm saying Andy Dalton's way up here. He's Hall of Famer, and Nick Foles is crap. I didn't say that's what you're making it sound like, and that is not what the words that came out of my mouth.
Okay, he should be throwing for 400
You know,
yards
all
like
this
that.
started from me saying that Andy Dalton is one of the best backups in the NFL. That was it. That was the entire statement.
One of the best.
Okay.
You didn't say one of the best. You said he was the best.
Okay, he is the best.
You said he was the best.
I agree.
And I said it was Nick Foles.
He's the best, and I disagree. I think he's a better player than Nick Foles.
Okay. We'll see from this point
and you're
on.
right.
He got a better wide receiver crew. We'll see who
He
got
does.
We'll see who got the better numbers.
He's the best wide
we'll see
receiver
who got the better numbers.
Okay. You always got the last word, man. So
I'm trying to move on because you the one going on with it. I'm like, that's fine. Let's see who
no,
got the
you
better
keep
numbers.
going on too. So all right, what else in the NFL? What else is going on this week? We covered COVID. We got Dak. We didn't really talk that much about Dak, man. I'm not, you know, I hate the Cowboys, but I think Dak's all right. He's a good guy. That looked pretty painful. My ankle was hurting for hours after just watching that. So.
I didn't even look at it.
Oh, it was.
Not gonna look at it.
Ugh.
I saw his shoe off, and I thought his shoe was off, and then when I realized that's not his shoe, his ankle in the shoe.
He was holding his ankle like this and it was dangling.
I just clicked. I ain't gonna watch no more of that down.
So, yeah, I'm sorry for you Cowboys fans, but your season was not going very well this year, so it not really hurting you that much, whatever happened. But anyway, what else in the NFL? Anything?
Josh Norman got punked.
Josh Norman did get punked.
He got punked real good.
You know, I thought I asked you something about that last week. Is Josh Norman the player he used to be? Because
man, hold up, man. I think you don't put that on Josh Norman like that, saying is he the player. Any man out there, like, unless you, I don't know, Dick Butkus or Ray Lewis or something. Yeah, I mean, he a defensive back, dog. He a defensive back. He just chunked him. I'm like, I'm trying to say, I don't know. Maybe Aaron Donald couldn't get chunked. Maybe Khalil Mack couldn't get chunked. But you still a defensive back. You could have been the greatest defensive back on the planet, on 2 planets. If you run up against a man that size, you're going to get punked. I mean, like, ain't even no shame.
How old is Josh Norman now? His 30s?
Probably right
32?
there. I'm gonna say, somewhere between 28 and he probably
he's
puts
gotta
you
be
30.
Yeah,
You gotta be right at 30. But I wouldn't give a damn if he was 22, bro. I mean,
how old is Josh Norman?
Do you see how big they call him King Henry for a reason?
32.
If he was 22, man, that ain't nothing you can do about that but laugh.
Well,
I get lean in.
You get a step slower, whatever.
Dave.
How old is Rose?
Who?
Who's the guy?
King Henry.
King Henry. Who is that? His name?
That's his monk. King Henry.
Okay, what's his name?
Henry.
Henry. Henry who? I don't know.
King Henry to me. Did you see him chunk that man?
Yeah.
That's a king.
Yeah. Anyway. I don't think Norman is the player that he used to be. I don't think he's bad or anything, but
did you watch the playoffs last year? He did that a couple times to some other folks, man. There ain't no shame in getting thrown around, man.
Well,
I'm just saying, it's like getting dunked on by LeBron.
I was actually going to say the same thing. Well, anybody in basketball, if you get dunked on, man, that's going to happen if you're trying to play defense.
If you get dunked on by Caruso, like I'm okay, we can retire.
He stepped on you to get to the rim.
You got to retire.
Yeah.
You get dunked on by LeBron, you man, sign the poster, brother.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, this is me. I'll be in the poster like this. It's LeBron. Or you get chunked by King Henry, you just sign the poster. Be like, yeah, that was me. I be selling the posters like it was an honor.
You be getting cash for it. I mean, $100 a signature on that.
Hey, man. Like they be like, if I'm Josh Norman the next day, I got posters in Buffalo of me. Hey, come sign my poster, and it's me. horizontally in the air. They be like, this the one? Did you see this monster?
Yeah.
I'm 190 pounds. He 245. I tried it. I tried it.
I was
I lost.
I was in there trying to make a play. That's right. Yeah. So, I mean, Kansas City got beat up this week, didn't they?
By the Raiders?
Yeah. That was unexpected. I thought the Raiders were kind of mediocre, but
40 points from the Raiders is unexpected.
Yeah.
However, you can't win them all. People have tried. It's only been done once.
Right.
Kansas City defense always. I mean, every time it comes to a point, I'm always saying their defense is suspect. They went out and got Le'Veon Bell. They probably should have found a linebacker or two somewhere. Yeah, I mean, their defense is going to always be. If you can score, and in the Raiders' case, you know, a defense, special teams.
Could Le'Veon double up? Play linebacker or something?
No. No. We still not sure we can play running back
anymore.
We got to figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that if Andy Reid can handle Terrell Owens, that he can handle Le'Veon Bell. I ain't saying that Terrell is no bad guy or whatever, but he is a personality. And Le'Veon comes with a little less personality than Terrell Owens does. So if you can handle that and get the best out of him, then I'm expecting you to get the best out of Le'Veon for Kansas City purposes. And I say it in that way because, you know, it's not like he got to carry the whole load. He just got to be spectacular here and there.
Yeah. Well, I think that Le'Veon Bell might be on that Dwight Howard flight path that we were talking about earlier. It's before we got on the show here. How Dwight Howard used to demand the ball, and I want the offense to go through me and this kind of stuff, and maybe discovered now, you know, we went to the Lakers. Look, you got to be a guy that's going to do this and this for us, and we're not going to run any offense through you. But I mean, not saying you're not going to run offense through Le'Veon, but he's sort of running that flight path where I think in Pittsburgh they made him a focal point.
Correct.
And so they sort of created that monster instead of spreading it out a little bit more. They made him the highest usage back, or actually highest usage player in the NFL at that time, I believe. You know, he got more touches than anybody. But in
that same year, in the last year that he was 2017, it's not like Antonio Brown didn't get the ball thrown to him.
That's true.
He had a lot of receptions, a lot of yards.
Yeah.
It's just that Le'Veon was really just that good. That, I mean, I don't know if when they put him out there and threw the ball to him, I don't know if they knew that he was going to get 700 yards receiving and 1,100 yards rushing. I don't think they knew that when the season started. That's just what it was. I mean, you say they created that monster, I think he just took advantage of an opportunity. Okay, if y'all going to throw it to me, then I'm gonna do that too. I mean,
what I'm saying is
he looked like Marshall Faulk back then.
Yeah, what I mean by created that monster is they created that expectation in Le'Veon that he was going to be that guy wherever he went, whatever he did.
Gotcha.
So
well, he should have. The problem is he went to the Jets.
Yeah, I would never understand that.
The coach didn't want him. The GM wanted him, or vice versa, however, whatever the case might be. But a part of the reason why you're cool with going to Kansas City is the same reason that you're cool with going to the Lakers right now, or last year you were cool if you wanted to go to the Raptors. Is now that you're a winner, he didn't go to the Bears. Bears didn't run a game. They would have made him the focal point probably.
Yeah.
No. I already got money. I don't need to be focal point. I need to win now.
Yeah.
So I already got paid. Sure, you want me to share the load with this dude? Cool. And Kansas City got a problem with punching the ball in the end zone. As good as Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been, can't find the end zone. I mean, they keep getting. I don't know how, because he's a
scrimmage. Yeah.
So that's something that where Le'Veon can help. I mean, if somebody want to make me a fantasy trade for Le'Veon, I got 2 quarterbacks for you and a bag of chips and 6 water bottles.
And there's some leftover pizza over here on the.
I'm gonna eat the pizza. I didn't put that on the pizza. I put my pizza.
You wouldn't give up pizza for Le'Veon Bell?
No.
All right.
No, pizza makes me happy.
My bad. I shouldn't have thrown that in there. I spoke too quickly.
6 water bottles.
I apologize.
And 3 bags of chips.
All right.
Yeah.
We got some meatballs in the freezer too.
There you go.
with some Louisiana hot sauce.
Look at my belly, man. I offer no food. No food. You can have some liquor. I don't mess with that. We give you some liquor.
So, surprisingly enough, my Carolina Panthers are 3-2.
Until this week.
You're right. They'll be 4-2 this week.
I'm calling it right now. Bears win by 10.
And Nick Foles throws 3 interceptions, and the Bears lose by 4.
That's crazy.
So, but no, Teddy Bridgewater has been good. I like him. I've always liked him, I guess. I never thought he was going to be like a huge star or anything, but he's a solid quarterback, I think. And Mike Davis has stepped in the absence of Weapon X and performed, I guess, well enough. He's done a good job. So I wish that DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel would somehow be more involved, but Teddy B loves Robbie Anderson. Apparently, they've got some kind of chemistry, and Robbie Anderson's getting tons of targets and catches and everything else.
You know why?
Why?
He don't play for the Jets no more.
Who? Robbie Anderson?
You don't play for the Jets
well,
no more.
he got some.
He did okay with the
okay.
Jets, but he looks better.
Yes.
With Carolina than he did with the Jets.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Jets doing, but if Le'Veon go to Kansas City and have the same kind of better
yeah.
with Kansas City that Robbie Anderson is having with the Panthers, I think we just gonna get him the Super Bowl ring right now.
So I traded for Robbie Anderson this week.
You look like a prophet.
I was gonna pick him up in the draft, and then Jamal took him like 3 or 4 picks before me. So, I guess I'd heard that Teddy B and Robbie Anderson were connected on a regular basis. So, anyway, I hope that goes well for me. But
it's only gonna get better, just not this week.
what time is it? A noon game?
I have no idea.
I bet it is. So about that time, you're going to be heading to the airport.
Yeah.
So anyway, what else? Anything else NFL?
Yeah.
No, we need to talk about how the Padres are self-destructing.
Padres. Ain't no Padres in the playoffs, man. Ain't no White Sox in the
sorry.
playoffs. I made that.
Is it the Dodgers?
Dodgers kind of self-destruct.
Kershaw sucked it up.
That's what Kershaw do in the playoffs.
He does in the playoffs. I don't get that.
He is the best, one of the all-time greats, regular season.
In regular season.
And I heard Tim Kirkchin on ESPN say that with pitchers with 100 innings in the major league, he's also one of the worst
in the playoffs.
And that's baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what it is. That's baseball. There has been plenty of people who were number 9 hitters and not that great can step up to the plate in a big moment and hit a timely hit, timely home run. That's baseball, man.
Yeah.
It's the only place where it's a game of failure to begin with. It's the only place where you can be 30% and be a Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? At 30% at my job, well, we just get to 65, you fired. I mean, so like, it's a game of failure, and it just so happens, whether it's psychological, whether it's emotional, physical, because you had back spasm, whatever it is, when it comes times for the playoff, you can't do it. I personally can fix it. Just don't make him a starter. When the playoffs come,
middle relief.
He's a middle reliever. He only got 2-3 innings. He's a middle reliever. Listen, he can still affect the game for you. Imagine if I use you 2 innings today, 2 innings tomorrow, 2 innings the day after. He can still be dominant. They got to think outside the box, man.
I don't necessarily disagree with that, but do you want to pay that kind of big money for a plate?
I want to win. You already paying you the Dodgers.
That's true.
You're not Oakland.
But I want a starter.
You just did. He just had back spasms.
Yeah.
They had to scratch him, put another rookie in for that scratch. So it's the same difference anyway. So like, and then they just threw another rookie out. He just lost to a rookie on the other side. Man, no. He's a middle reliever. He's a long reliever, not long. We can't say long. He's a middle reliever when the playoffs start. So I don't know if that means we go get another number 3 pitcher or another number 4 pitcher, and they throw him. I say we because the Dodgers is the team of Jackie Robinson. It's the team of black folks. So you know what I mean. The Brooklyn Dodgers, as far as I'm concerned. So we sometimes we black folk kind of like the Dodgers just because hey they gave the brothers a chance.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna say when I say we. I'm really thinking of those terms. But he a middle reliever, brother.
So but let me ask you this. All right. So you're the coach, and you got this guy that's all year long. He's on point in all the starts. And you just know to make that call when you hit the playoffs. He's a middle reliever.
I would give you a start every year. So and the Dodgers did. He looked good. He got his first win. I believe he might have had other wins. He got a win the other day. Looked good. Everything looked fine. Then back spasms came. They replaced him, and then he came out and laid another egg. Your history matters.
It does.
Your history matters.
I
believe in you, Clayton Kershaw, all the way through the regular season. Playoff times, at this point, from this point on, after this season, you're a middle reliever when the playoff comes. Yes, I'm making that decision.
Okay.
It's not like he done already pitched 100 innings. It's not like we don't know. It's not 20 innings.
In the playoffs.
It's not
right.
40. It's over 100 innings.
You do have that.
We can go ahead and make that decision now.
Right. I'm just thinking about if I go, as we always go back to basketball, like Paul George kind of sucked it up this year in the playoffs a little bit, and for a few games at least. So I'm like, if you got somebody like that, one of your stars all year long, and he has a bad game or two in the playoffs, I still find it hard to say, hey, you're coming off the bench, you're 6th man now. We're going to start somebody else.
That's a different animal. Because again, baseball is a game of failure. Basketball is not.
I'm saying that the analogy still applies. Even in baseball, if he's one of your stars all season long, like Mike Trout, whatever, he's doing great all season, and he has a couple bad games in baseball, you don't you bring him off the bench as a pinch hitter, kind of thing. I'm saying it'd be tough to make that decision.
I follow what you're saying. So you're not going to bench Paul George, but what you might do is insert Lou Williams into your starting line. It's the same.
That's what I'm saying. To bring him off the bench.
No, I'm just saying because it's a different game, right? I'm not getting and this would have been a bigger problem for me had I been Doc Rivers. Okay, you suck at shooting the ball. Why you ain't got 12 rebounds?
Yeah.
Why you ain't got 7 assists?
Well, that's where Mike Trout can. He can be a great defensive player.
So what I said was, if I'm Doc Rivers and I'm not getting the offensive position off of playoff Pete, right? I'm not gonna put you on the bench. I just might have to insert Lou Williams to pick up your offense, and you start playing damn defense.
Yeah.
So that's the same move as
it is. I think
relief.
Just for me, I think it would just be a really tough call to take one of your stars and say, I got to bench you.
You ain't a star in the playoffs, though.
Well,
with
Clayton Kershaw, you have the luxury of having that history of 100 innings. Like, there's very few people that you'll have that history that you can judge that by.
For basketball, if playoff P come out here and look like playoff P again, in basketball, I'm going to probably give you 2 years. So if he do this again next year, I wouldn't even wait longer than 1 series. If he has to come out, if the Clippers make the playoffs, which they should, and he don't look good in the first series, I'm going to lose all trust and doubt, and I'm going to try to figure out what I got to do in the second series to win. Because it ain't about you. It's about the whole team. I don't know what it is about. I'm gonna treat you like a man. When time comes to take the ball out your hand, take you out the game, sit you on the bench, whatever it is that I needed to do, I don't care that you make more money than me. You're still a man. I'm still a man. I'm just gonna tell you flat out. I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
And I mean, right now I'm gonna lose with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna shoot every bullet I got in my gun. But look here, you're gonna have to be the little gun inside my boot.
So
you can't be the gun that I already pull out, because it ain't working.
All right. So
you misfiring.
So talking about history then, okay, we know that Clayton Kershaw has 100 innings that you can look at and go, hey, you know, over the playoff run of 100 innings is not that great. So taking aside Clayton Kershaw, if you got another great pitcher who's a great pitcher in the regular season or whatever, how many innings do you give him?
About 35.
35?
About 35.
So you're looking 8 games worth?
About 8 games worth. That sounds about right.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I just, yeah, that's always a hard call to make. And if you make that call and you lose, then you're, you know, second guessing as well.
The other problem is, people, with the analytics that we have today, people are so stuck on it. I like analytics. I'm never going to say no to something.
I'm a database guy. I love that.
I'm not going to say no to something new, but I'm going to always stay with my gut too. Can I use all my information? Can I use what I'm feeling inside and the analytics?
Yeah.
Because we all day to day. You see what I'm saying? We're all day to day. They say tomorrow ain't promised, so I'm only gonna worry about today. So when I walk out there, whether you got 35 innings, 100 innings, or 2 innings, I'm just gotta sometimes be intuitive enough to feel it and say, if you ever, it's like calling football plays. You really have to feel it. Like, you have to be in tune. Watch them cats that call plays. They almost all it's. Some guys are very methodical. 7 and 2nd, this play. 3rd and 3, this, like, they got 5 plays for this, for this down and distance, and 5 plays for this. Like, they just go there, where other guys are, what the referees call it. My left guard is limping. Like, all of that, like, you feel it. You got to be in the moment. That's how I coach, but I'm still going to be aware of, I got these 5 plays. I got these 5 plays. I saw my man limping. I might not want to run too tough behind him.
Their defensive back is limping.
Their defense, feel all of it. Be in the moment. Like, don't worry about tomorrow. Don't even worry about, I mean, especially with baseball. When I was coaching little kids, I'd be like, man, the last pitch is the last pitch. Don't even, like, it's gone, it's dead, it's gone.
And I'd be using, like, some psychology on them, too. I'd be like, you know, setting guys up for stuff like Pavlov's dog, man, you know, where you like, okay, you ring the bell and give them a piece of food, you ring the bell and give, so you show them this, and then you do that, and you do it 2 or 3 times, and then the next time they see it coming, they're like, oh, they're going to do this, and then you do something else. So you set them up for that. So that's like, I would perform that kind of strategy and psychology on that stuff as well.
You lost me.
I lost you?
Yeah,
what I'm saying is like
Pavlov's dog is, but I mean, I got a psychology degree, but what?
But no, what I'm saying is like,
who?
Like, if you're on offense,
correct,
you're going to show the defense a certain look, and then you're going to run a certain play.
They do that.
That's what I'm saying. I would use that as well.
They do that all day long.
Okay, and they do the stuff you were talking about all day long too. That's what I'm saying. I would use that as much as well.
Right on.
So.
Next.
What else you got, man? If we were on baseball again, I was hoping the Astros would get swept. They didn't. It's last I heard it was 3-2. Did they play today?
I don't know, but the Astros came back, brother. It's a series again.
Yeah, I know they did. Last I heard it was 3-2.
It's a series again. I mean, like, I'm over it, Day. I guess I'm over it.
I just want them to lose. That's all I care about. I just want them to lose.
If they win it, does it validate their championship from last year?
Hell no.
To you?
No.
All right.
Not at all. Nothing validates cheating.
Okay. Fair enough.
So maybe they win last year, maybe they don't. Nobody knows what would have happened if they didn't do all that stuff. So I don't know. No, I'm way against cheating, whatever way, shape, or form. don't
I think
like it.
lifting weights is cheating.
Is it?
It's not natural. I mean, like, either let them lift weights and do the steroids, and like all of it. Like, it. Come on, man. Have you seen the size of some of these dudes that play football? Have you? You look at LeBron. You look at LeBron. He's 35, bro. Them guns is huge. I ain't saying a man shouldn't lift weights and be healthy, but I'm saying let everybody go out there with your au natural body with just what God gave you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like only if you break something.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, I do. Opposite. Either way. I'm in or out. Either way. I'm just saying if you're gonna let a man lift weights, let him do the steroids too. I'm on record on this show, on this podcast. Many a times I have said I want my sports people to like dunk and sparks and rainbows and stars shoot out their heels and boom, and then just slam them up. I want they do everything that I see on the video game. Now take steroids, man. Let's stay like just entertain me, bro. I don't care. I don't care about your life. I don't care if your heart busts. None of that. Entertain me. That's what I want to be. And when you die, I will say a prayer for you, and I will applaud the entertainment that you gave. That entertain me. That's all I care about. And get all your money too. That's why you supposed to get your $40-50 million, man, because you out here doing all this stuff, steroids.
It's going to make your life a lot shorter, so enjoy the one you got.
Enjoy it real good. But if you got all that money, you should also be able to get you some designer steroids that don't put no pressure on your heart.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you say entertain me and all that kind of stuff. I disagree on the equivalency between lifting weights and doing the steroids.
I'm just saying, get all the way in or get all the way out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I can see that argument. That's fine, but I think the two...
You don't tell me do steroids. I can lift all these weights. I get swollen. Oh, God. That ain't natural to see a man bench press 450 pounds. You only 255.
All right, I mean...
And you out there, but the guy I'm thinking of right now ain't even playing sports. What's the big dude from the Pittsburgh? Harrison.
Oh. Yeah.
He made me send my kids the video, man. He went under the bench 415. He was like, he called out his kids, let them know. Like, you'll still get messed up messing with me. So I had to go to the gym, put my 225. That ain't 415. Now that ain't 450.
Yeah. But
I did it like 12 times, and I sent the video to my kids and let them know I still whip your ass. Because ain't none of my kids that strong. Now, you know, Ray got hands. He's lightning quick, and he hit you 6 times before you realize that you've been hit. But I still got that one hit quitter.
Yeah. The Mike Tyson.
When I hit him one time and he out there, he out of there.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, so anything you want to do for like Ray's rumination or you suck?
You suck, man. Spirit. Lord, Spirit. That was. I got my mask still on. You know, I wear like the thinnest mask possible. They got new rules talking about, oh, you have to double that up, or you have to have a specific mask. Now I'm thinking y'all must be in the industry yourselves. Y'all in the PPE industry getting paid somewhere that now you got to have a specific mask.
Did they sell you one on the flight? Is that how they did it?
They try to sell you one for $3. If you got a mask on, it's not in our policy. We went from no mask to have a mask. And what's the real reason? Because you ain't spacing out no more seats. You're saying put everybody on there and double up. Man, I damn near died on that damn flight. Out there breathing, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, there's always a way around of it. So I had 5 bags of combos. You eating and drinking, no mask.
Yeah.
I'm just crunching the whole way. I don't even like combos.
You're going to eat them so you don't have to worry
about it. Yeah.
Right.
As soon as I look, man, I'm sitting there while I was watching Charm City Kings. It's a good movie. I recommend that. Go check that out. It was on HBO Max or whatever it was. But I'm sitting there like every time I see the little lady come by, I just like, man, I ain't finna put this mask on, man. I'm gonna pass out on it. You look like you know CPR. You look like you don't, but I don't want your lips to touch mine. Not even with a little piece of plastic or nothing. I'm good. Pass. You look like you don't want to touch my lips. So I'm out of there. I'm just gonna eat these combos, drink this little old water, and put this mask on. So I just want to say, Spirit Airline, you suck.
All right. I don't think I have anything this week for you, suck.
All right.
So
what you got for days?
this is a wing at Wednesday on a Thursday.
It's
Friday.
It's Friday.
Holy crap! I forgot what day it was.
It's Friday. It's a fucking Friday.
It's a fucking Friday.
It's a
Well,
fucking
what?
Friday.
We can't say that on the air.
You can't.
I don't know. So.
As long as you don't overuse
Hey,
it.
and we just kind of threw this together tonight. We said, hey, let's get out the camera and talk because we didn't talk this week. So no, I didn't really prepare anything for.
You got nothing for Days Dialogue?
Days Dialogue, man, I tell you what, I've been spending all my time doing a lot of packing and stuff because I'm moving in a few weeks. So I got all these boxes from work that stack fantastically. They're just like all the same size. They're double walled. So, you know, just when I'm watching the football game on a Thursday night or a Monday night or whatever, I just throw some stuff in one of those boxes and stack it over in a corner. And then, you know, every time I go downstairs, I take one of the boxes and stick it in the garage down there. So that when it comes time to move, all I got to do is boop, stick the two-wheel dolly up underneath it and pull it up on the truck, man, and my move is going to be easy. So that's I recommend that to everybody who's doing some moving. Get some boxes that stack well, just pack a little bit at a time, starting 2 months ahead of time, and you are done. So that's awesome. But that's it. That's not much of a dialogue, but
I mean, it's your time to, you know, whatever it is that you want to do it on. You know what I mean?
So
I ain't got nothing for Ray's reminiscence. I thought I did. I was gonna say something about a few people in the world that just, you know, irked me. You know what I think? I'm just gonna say, man, everybody be good to each other, man. Like, we just sometimes I look at my social media and I just want to delete it.
That's one of the big reasons I don't do social media, man.
It's 2021. My first son was being born in 1992. And I sat on my mom's step bawling. And she said, "What's wrong, son?" I said, "Mama, I said, we almost free. It's 92. I said, we were almost free. That was 1992 when I said that. And I said that because I knew what had just happened in the 60s. I was born in 71.
Yeah.
And we was almost free then. We was almost free in 1992. It's 2020. We almost free. I don't know what the hell to do sometimes. Like, just tired of it, man. Just tired of people not treating people like people. It's tiring. It's just tiring.
Yeah.
Like,
and just
like you get
people
blood
forwarding that hate around too.
People get blood in hospitals, and you don't know whether that damn blood came from somebody black, white, Asian, some purple three-titted woman from Mars. You have no idea where the blood comes from, but you take it and you live and you. So how can you hate? I'm tired. So that's all I got for Ray's reminiscence.
Man, I tell you what, I couldn't be on social media. I got an Instagram account and that's it, and I just to show some pictures of family and stuff like that. But I can't look at all these other people posting this crap and all this hate about this, that, and the other. I had a family member that used to forward these emails to me, and it was just all conspiracy crap that had been like debunked. Like, you go to Snopes.com or any fact-checking thing, and it's just passing around hate for this person or this organization or that organization. And man, I can't be a part of that, man, because that's, one, you're passing around lies and stuff you're not even checking out. You're not even bothering to check that out. And you're showing that to other people as if it's true, and that person may or may not check out whether or not it's true. But so it just perpetuates this cycle of hate, and these people are bad guys, and those people are bad guys, and these people are terrible, and all that kind of stuff. And I can't be a part of that. I'm kind of introverted anyway, so that's probably also a big reason I'm not on social media. But just Facebook kind of took away from the forwarding the chain emails and all that kind of stuff, which I'm so glad, because I'm not on Facebook, so I will never see that crap. So I don't get the emails anymore, which is fantastic. So I don't have to block somebody, some family member, from my email because they're sending me this crap.
Right.
And I don't know how people spend much time on social media with all that crap out there, man, with just hate being passed around left and right, and probably 90% of that stuff is not even accurate. It's stuff that people want you to believe is happening, this, that, and the other, and I call it the QAnon mess that they're trying to say all these Democrats are pedophiles and they're drinking children's blood and all this stuff. I mean, come on, man, really? It's just the most outlandish crap that people can put out there to try to make you hate somebody because they're not like you, or because you think they're not like you. Man, I'll tell you what, I've lived internationally, I've got tons of friends in different countries, I've been to a bunch of different countries, and man, we are all alike. We are all alike. We want to go home at the end of the day, be with our families, have enough food for our families, have some fun and some laughs with our families, take care of each other, and be healthy. We are all alike. Every country, every race, all of us want to do that for ourselves and our families. And it doesn't matter what color you are, what country you come from, any of that kind of crap. I just can't be on social media with you just trying to make me hate this guy or that color or this race or this country or that. I can't be a part of that, man. I just can't. So I feel you on that, man. I hope that we move in a new direction sometime soon, and some of this at least drops off the radar. But we will see. We will see.
We'll see. And that's the show.
That's
I
it.
ain't got that recite.
I think there's some stuff that says hit like if you like it, hit like if you don't like it.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Hit that little thing right there at the bottom of the screen. Subscribe.
Make some comments. We'll respond. And we'll talk about anything. So here we are. I guess I'm gonna let you know that it's this month, toward the end of the month, is both Ray's birthday and my birthday. So we're gonna, I guess, do something probably tomorrow night. Maybe watch a fight or something to celebrate.
Timo. I got Lomachenko, baby.
Yeah.
Lomachenko in 6. I like Timo. T.O. Okay, Lopez, last name. I like him, but Lomachenko is the real deal. He's an all-time great, man, and I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Right on. So happy birthday to us, and you guys have a good week. Good luck to everybody in fantasy football this weekend.
Unless you're playing me.
Unless you're playing me.